this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you for being here. Before we get into new business, I'm going to give an opportunity for public comment on agenda items. Did you? Okay. All right, so we are here specifically to have the public meeting to discuss the tentative agreement with the Tri-Creek Teachers Organization. I'll hand it over to Dana and Andy.
Yeah, and I said I was going to project. My icon to do that is.
I think I can, because I just got.
Or do you want, let me just verbally?
I got it.
Okay.
It's good.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'll
Sit
take
back, Nate, we got this.
questions here too. Dr. Freefish.
Okay. That helps. Okay, so we have our contract. It seems like we started bargaining, pre-bargaining over the summer, and meeting a little bit, and even towards the tail end of last year with working on our extracurricular schedule as well. So, yes, we're at that point now for approval, but it's been a long road to get there, just of working together with the union to make these changes. So I'm gonna slide through the contract and just highlight the changes here. This was included in the board packet. It is on our website as well. Anything that's changed is in a different color here. So we updated dates, that's obvious. I'm gonna page through a lot because we did not touch language in here other than some small things. Teacher uses, some clerical type cleanup language. The first major change in the contract is minor clarification language in bereavement here, where we're striking the word bereavement, and we're kind of rewriting the leave for non-immediate family member here. This is clarifying language to go back to the intent of the language that we originally wrote in here, which is to allow a teacher to convert time into a bereavement for a non-immediate family member should they not have any personal time available for that incident, so they can take a sick day and convert that into a personal business day and then use it for the purposes of going to a non-immediate family member's services. So that was just clarifying. It's really not changing the intent of the original language much. Moving forward, all of our paid leaves stayed the same. I think the next major thing here is that we're striking the language about the VEBA here. So we had a 1% VEBA contribution here that the district contributed. We struck that language and we used that funding for funding the increases that we had. So there will not be a VEBA contribution on the district's behalf here. Insurance, we did have a district where we had a full increase of 3%, and we decided to split that between the employer and the employee. So the amounts that you see reflected in here for the health insurance show that 1.5% increase for the employee and a 1.5% for employer. So we split the difference on that. Minor language again, 2024, 25, updating language. This is a 1-year contract. And so we'll be back at the bargaining table again next year. Salary range. So our salary range right now that we negotiated, it will be a starting salary range of $48,500, and the top salary will be $87,785. So we made that reflective in here, and updated our language as far as the method to get there. So When we get to the grid, you will see how that shakes out, and I'll talk a little bit about the average increase and the increases here. Ancillary duties, we adjusted the amount in here for ancillary duties. A teacher who performs the ancillary duty of substitute teaching for another teacher as assigned by the administration shall receive $20 for 30 minutes rather than the $15, so we increased that. This is tuition support reimbursement. That's just dates that we needed to put in there for public hearings and stuff, and those will be adjusted. So grievance forms haven't changed. We're gonna scoot on up to the extracurricular schedule. Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys sick here by spinning so quickly here. So there were some adjustments to the pay of certain positions here, where we adjusted some of our middle school positions to be better in line with exactly the amount of work that they're doing and the length of season, the time, the size, and all of that. So there were some adjustments there that we did to the stipend levels. We did adjust some of the positions to be reflective of our new intermediate school as well. So there are positions in there that have that as that were added, that were negotiated. Specifically a lot in our non-athletic or our academic positions here. Some stipends were adjusted, and most of them, they were all adjusted based on the work that's reflective of the position. So we created job descriptions for everything, length of seasons compared to now when I will say these indexes on here have not been touched for a good, I want to say 15 years. So they needed some tweaking. So we did go through and tweak some of that. Some of it was a design change where we had a team leader, assistant team leader kind of position, and we went to a learning coordinator with specific focus of ELA, science, or social studies, and then we have electives in here too, so those are reflective of those changes through collaboration that we worked on. You're going to see a lot of strikeouts here, but most of those positions, if not all of them, are up in the top part of this document. They were just shuffled up for better organization. Very few were struck just because we don't have them anymore. Here's the whole intermediate school additions, intermediate school choir director, math bowl. Now that we've got another school there. And learning coordinators. So I'm going to scoot past all this. That's just a clean copy of the other.
Important to note, by creating the additional intermediate school, it didn't mean additional funding. What occurred was we worked within the framework of the funding that was already on the table, and we reallocated it to be reflective of the new school. So we didn't pour a ton of new money into an additional school. We just simply reallocated funds that were already there.
So for salary here, we have our salary grid. Again, the salary range $48,500 to $87,785. The range of increase for our teachers will result in an end of at least 2.74%, up to a high of 4.07%, depending on where they are in this grid. So they will go on to the square, they will go down a square on here for a year of service, and then they will go into the newly adjusted number that's been negotiated here. So it's anywhere from 2.74 up to 4.07. The average teacher increase is 3.36. And anything else to add? Is that it?
Yep, you get major terms. 1-year contract was shared. The medical insurance increase was shared between the employer and employee.
Yep.
And you got the average percentage increase, $20 for a sub, and clarification language.
Yep.
Just to clarify for those in the audience, so the strikeouts are obvious, the yellow highlighted boxes when we look through the ECA schedule.
Those are not bargaining items. That's not part of the bargaining of those positions are right to assign. And it's understood that in order to get financially where we need to be to fund this contract, there will be several of those positions that will not be funded for the immediate future.
Anything further? Any opportunity for public comment following closing this out? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.